Well, I want to thank you for your prayers during my recent excursion to Great Britain with a niece and a nephew. We really did have a wonderful trip. We had flights were good and no real major delays. Weather was wonderful. We were busy throughout the time. Lodging worked out well. So thank you. Thank you. I'm sure your prayers were very helpful for us to have a wonderful trip. And I was nervous about it because I've gotten older each year. And I was thinking, I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep up with the 20-year-old. This might be a bit of a challenge here because they might want to keep going when I'm just worn out. But it really, we wore each other out. So I'm probably better at museums than they are. They'd reach a point and I think we're really tired of museums right now, and we can't do any more museums. And they would find stuff online to go and see, and I'd be like, I've never heard of that place before, but it's online, let's go. And so off we go, and most of the time, those were good experiences as well. We'd discover stuff along the way and things that they brought me to places that I would probably not have gone to. And I brought them to places that they probably would not have gone to. Evening prayer at Westminster Abbey, is probably not high on their list. But, you get a beautiful boys' choir singing, and you get the Psalms, and I think this is lovely. Everybody should experience this. I bring all that up because I think that kind of idea of being invited into something you wouldn't normally do is a good image when you're hearing Jesus speak tonight. Because when Jesus is responding to these followers or potential followers, it sounds harsh. It sounds like he's mean. Let the dad bury the dad. That sounds so harsh. Can I say goodbye to my mom? No, you can't. You put your hand to the plow and keep looking back. You're not fit for the kingdom. Sounds harsh. But I think it's better to imagine it as a bit of an adventure. And Jesus speaks not harshly, but gently. It's one of the reasons why I like that series Chosen, as many of you have heard me say, is because they present Jesus in that series as somebody very human and understanding. And so that scene that was part of today's gospel, where James and John are saying, call fire down from heaven and destroy those Samaritans. They really clearly did not understand what they were saying. So Jesus in the Chosen, when he's dealing with them, it's like, he kind of kids them because really, you've been listening to me talk about love, and your reaction to rejection is kill him? Oh yeah, I guess, yeah. Never mind, and then later on he's still kidding him about that. And I think that's a better portrayal of Jesus. That the scriptures, sadly, don't give us all those little side comments that novels will. He smiled, he poked them, whatever he was doing. But he is heading to Jerusalem. That's how the gospel starts out today. He has put his face toward Jerusalem. He knows what is there for him. He knows he will die there. And so anybody who's going to start joining him at this point needs to be aware this is not going to be easy. This is going to be challenging. So if you're going to follow, if that's what you want to do, then this is an adventure, one that will require much of you. Just like my niece and nephew, we walked through Hyde Park for hours with one of another relative of theirs who was over there. And if they should have said to me before we started walking, Hyde Park's big, this will require much of you. As we're walking and walking, like, how big is this park? Well, it was a little 10-mile hike through that park. And well, that was a little walk, 10 miles. And so Jesus is just doing that. This is going to be challenging. But I imagine there were probably some who walked away, like these ones we hear today, that didn't follow because Jesus is asking them for a deep commitment, that probably later on were sad that they missed the whole thing. Or can you imagine the disciples, somebody like Peter, sitting around and continuing to look back? You know, I was a great fisherman. I had a good life. Things were good. Maybe I should go back to that. Maybe keep looking back to those things. No. If he had done that, if that had been his approach, he would have missed the adventure of a lifetime. Walking with Jesus Christ. Being there as he taught and healed. Now, here's the deal. You and I are invited on that same adventure to walk with Jesus. And in walking with him, to see amazing things happen. Because you chose to accept the fact that it may not be easy. And you may experience rejection. What happened in that Samaritan town still happens yet today. As you try to live your Christian faith, there will be those that reject you. They will. But amazing things will happen because of who you're walking with. It will be a great adventure. I do not believe personally, and I'm not speaking probably for the church here, I don't think the church has an opinion on this, that what Jesus is saying in today's gospel is about salvation. It's not about salvation. Jesus doesn't require much of us to be saved. But he does require much of us who want to go on the adventure, who want to be disciples. Yeah, you can get to heaven not doing all those things. Simply just avoid sin. Easy. No, not so easy, but following the Ten Commandments isn't hard. But following Jesus is challenging. It's a great adventure. Do you want to do that? Do you want to have that experience? So that's the question before each of us tonight. Don't worry about getting to heaven or not. but here for the rest of your life? Do you want to walk side by side with Jesus and see absolutely amazing things happen to everybody around you because of who you are?